online is very different than advertising on television or buying, obviously print ads or banner ads or anything like that. So GoDaddy was one of the first sponsors to come to us and say, we're willing to try something new and to see if it works. And I think that the way that we've integrated the ads is very different than what you would see. We don't cut to commercial break. We talk about the sponsors, just like we're having this conversation here. I mean, it's whatever we want to say about the company at that time. And we don't take on sponsors that we don't really enjoy their products. If someone came to us and said, hey, we really want you to plug this or use this, and it was something that we didn't think was cool, we would just say no, because it has to just be legit. I mean, we can't lie to the audience and say this is, oh, I really enjoy drinking this beverage, and then spit it out afterwards. I mean, that just wouldn't make sense.
Even if it does smell like that.
Right. That beer was really weird. There was one time that was pretty nasty beer, actually. It tasted like Santa Claus. It was strange, and Santa doesn't taste very good.
So,
I hope it doesn't go on television.
I do want to talk a little bit about this, because the whole concept of Revision 3 is that I'm going to fire up my computer and watch a TV show.
Right.
And the way we've always kind of thought about it, because I kind of work in this hybrid of television and the online world, is that there's a difference between lean forward and lean back.
Right.
When I'm on my computer, I'm leaning forward, I want to do something.
Right.
When I'm on my couch watching TV, I'm leaning back.
Right.
You're trying to bridge that gap.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think that you can lean back from your computer. I think that it's possible to go full screen on the video and sit back on your couch and enjoy a video with your computer. I mean, I do that all the time personally. But I think that there's a lot of hardware providers that are trying to also bridge that gap. I think that products like Apple's TV, the iTV service, allow you to move your media from your computer to your television. So for us, later this year, you'll see us start to release HD versions of our content and give people different ways that they can view it. So it doesn't just have to be on the computer. We can get outside of that. Everything that we deliver comes in a whole variety of different formats, so that when we launch a video, we make sure that we have a version that if you want to take it on your iPod with you, you can do that. If you want just the audio version, you can do that. We want it to be able to port to any type of device out there. So it can be on standard TV. There's a couple networks here in the States that have Digg Nation on what is that called, where you automatically push it and just all of a sudden starts playing? It's cable, on demand.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a couple networks that will be offering Digg Nation on demand, so that if you have your remote, you can just go through their guide, say I want to watch Digg Nation right now, and then boom, it starts playing on your television. So it doesn't matter to us. As long as we can count the downloads and the impressions, that's the important thing.
So it's not platform dependent, really.
Right. Yeah. We're willing to port it to pretty much any compression scheme needed. I mean, we have it on TiVo. It automatically it's in the TiVo directory, so people can get on their televisions. And
there's even an audio-only version, right?
Yeah.
That's available for download.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of people that like to jog and listen to it, so we provide that as well.
Yeah, I play video games and listen to podcasts and feel like I'm not completely wasting my life.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I think that's awesome. It's a great way to kind of catch up, but still be doing something fun on the side. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So what's the future? What's the potential for online video? I mean, is it eventually going to put me in the poorhouse and out in the streets begging on Market Street?
I think it's going to give you a couple different directions that you can take your career. I mean, it's nice to see that what we're doing with Revision 3 is enabling content creators to really make some money and also get their content to a wide audience. And I think that with these video sites such as YouTube, Vimeo, you name it, they make it easy for you to discover content and really broadcast that out to a lot of people. And I think that with our Digg video section, we really allowed people to find really cool content, because there's so many different videos out there. It's hard to be able to know which ones to watch, and it's just there's almost too much content, and so Digg's
so much clutter.
Yeah, But as far as Revision 3 is concerned, you'll see us starting a few more shows. We're really trying to cater to kind of that geek demographic. You know, we have a cooking show called Control Alt Chicken that is it's all about geeks cooking and learning how to cook. And so we just launched our first music show, and so you'll see a bunch of other little, very small, low-cost, different shows for our network. So.
And when you say low cost, I mean, that's important too, because, you know, what we do, we got the big studios, we got the high-priced anchors, we got this and that and that. Obviously, it doesn't seem like the economics are there yet to support that kind of thing online.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we know that we hit a much smaller audience as far as when we're first launching a new show. I mean, that can grow into the hundreds of thousands of viewers per week. But when you're first launching a show or you're first getting your show off the ground, you kind of have to do it on a low budget. I mean, we don't have any kind of big backers. And it's nice to know that we can create and produce this content with just using, a $1,000 lighting kit. And, there's some video podcasters out there that use cameras in the, sub $200 range. And they set it up on a little tripod. They have their editing software on their Mac. They hit record, and they have several 100,000 viewers. It's just insane that you can do that.
So what is this? I mean, I guess my question is, what's the implication for this for the future for the user?
I think that you're going to have thousands of small kind of micro channels that you'll be able to tune into, different types of content that you'll be able to tune into that weren't available before. For the first time, we're able to kind of service the different niche markets that are out there.
It's the long tail.
It's the long tail of video content. I mean, finally with the internet and with video online, I mean, there can be a show about knitting that gets 500,000 viewers a week, because there are that many people out there that knit and that use the internet. So it's nice to know that we can, start to really create these really cool little small niche shows that start off with, on a very low budget, but can eventually turn into very, very large, highly watched shows.
Now, your friends in the corner may kidnap me and throw me out on the street right now, because I was told you may or may not be willing to talk about this, but I'll ask anyway. Right. Especially since I heard you talking about it on the Ohm show a couple weeks ago, and that's Pounce.
Oh yes.
What's the concept of Pounce, and why is that important as we move in this cross-platform world that you talked about? So
Pounce is really it's another little idea, like side project that I work on the weekends, and it's kind of the idea is basically to give you a platform in which you can share very personal things with whoever you want to. So if I want to send a file to my family, a photo, whatever it may be, I have a nice closed network that I can blast that out to. Or if I'm going to an event, if there's a party, I can send a notice and say just to my friends, and it broadcasts that out. It's a lot easier to use than email. It's not about having to go through and address different things. It's just about large blasts and responses from people.
And this is on SMS, and what kind of platforms is this on?
So right now, it's just on the web, and also there is a desktop client that works on OS X and Windows that is built using Adobe's Air technology. It has one full-time developer, Leah Culver. She's hard at work on the next future versions of the site. So it's just a fun project.
Terrific. Anything else you want to add? I didn't ask you about.
I think that's about it.
I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks a lot.